again.
We're back.
We are doing part 2, really. I haven't put a shawl on to make it look like it's another day, but because I'm cold. As you see in the previous one, we were telling you about our holiday, and we're just discussing actually how we're getting back into routine. We came back on the Saturday, didn't we? And on the Monday, we saw you on the Sunday, didn't we? Ran for pizza and a catch up. Monday, started doing our walking. Got good intentions on getting back to walking.
I will say that I wasn't well while you were away.
This is where the excuses come, right? Listen, yeah.
Because I had a respiratory virus. And I might just cough for effect in a minute. So I did not do a lot while Jan was away.
Sharon was ill. We were getting bulletins while we was away.
I think
I'm not well. I haven't been out.
I think I did send you a recording of my cough one day, didn't I? Did I send that to you, or was that just
No,
me?
I don't think it was me. So she's not been well, so the whole time we was away, couldn't really do much anyway, could you? So, but would she have done, even if she wasn't well?
Might have done a bit.
And because, actually, it's been longer ago than I thought, wasn't it? So we did walk on Monday, chair fit on Thursday, but we must have done another walk before that, did we? In between?
We did Lasse on Friday, and that's when Duncan
Time has gone like that since we've been back. I don't know where I am.
We've been back over a week.
Yeah, so and yesterday we did a quick walk in May End, so that's the second Monday, and Sharon bought a water butt.
I did buy a water
excitement.
It was a bit touch and go whether it's going to fit in the car.
Yeah, but we did it. It fit
fine.
Perfectly. Yeah, so hoping to get back into good habits again. I think Sharon's got another dream to share with us.
Yes.
She didn't share it last week, but like she said, she hasn't been having an awful lot of dreams.
Well, I've been dreaming.
It's very much of a letdown.
Yeah, I've been dreaming, but I've just been going into work, doing some admin, coming home again.
It's a bit weird, isn't it, for a
It is
dream?
weird. I still dream about work, and I finished full-time work over 10 years ago now, and part-time work 7 or 8 years ago, and I still dream about work.
I wonder what's different in your mind now to what before the holidays, because you was dreaming loads of weird stuff, weren't you, before the holiday?
It's just not been weird lately.
Yeah. Well,
Funny, isn't it?
I've had some.
You murdered someone.
I did. I don't know why, but I do quite. Not often. I have to say not often. But I have been known in my dreams to kill people.
Yeah, me too.
I remember once I was killing Italians, wasn't I? I have no idea why.
Yes.
Obviously my aggression comes out in my dreams.
That could be it. If you don't express it you're not an aggressive person normally, are you?
No.
So maybe that's it.
Yeah. But yeah, so what dream is this one that you've got?
This was a couple of nights ago. So I had gone to sleep listening to Shawshank Redemption, which is my fall asleep film at the moment. So I think there was an element of that story going on in my head, still playing while I was sleeping, because it was about an escape from prison, but it wasn't Tim Robbins.
Oh, Tim Robbins, yeah.
He's the actor. But this person not only dug their way out of the prison, they kept going, and they dug their way through a whole cliff.
That's going some, isn't it?
I don't know what to do it like that. They want a mole.
Is that what they were doing?
Like a mole. No?
Digging their way through the cliff like a mole. Yeah.
Right, dug their way through the whole cliff, out the other side, onto a bay, like a beachy bay, and then got on a ship that took them to their home country. And they were never found again by the prison, which is the same as Shawshank. Spoiler. But somehow I was involved with their family, and I got to them to find out that they'd had a third set of twins with their wife since their escape. So it was obviously a little bit of Shawshank Redemption, and then my brain taking over. But it's the fact that he dug his way. Because I think, how far does he... He doesn't dig very far in Shawshank, does he?
I don't think so.
Outside the prison wall, doesn't he? And then he breaks into a sewer and he crawls along a sewer.
Ah, yes.
But this guy did the whole cliff.
The whole cliff.
Third set twins as well when I found them.
Yeah, where did that come from?
No idea.
But other than that, obviously you're not dreaming enough, but maybe it's just because of what you've been maybe watching on TV. Maybe it's not sparking your dreamy imagination.
Well, I'm obsessed at the moment, aren't I? I discovered Grey's Anatomy, which I'd never seen.
How old is it?
I think it started
About 20 years old or
early
something?
2000s, yeah.
I've watched, I thought I'd watched the whole lot, the whole caboodle, but I haven't apparently. So I've still got some catching up to do at some point. I think I stopped watching it when they did the COVID series. There was lots around the COVID, and at that time I thought it was just inappropriate, really. It's like it was almost not glorifying it, but why prolong it when everybody's already gone through enough of it? But anyway, so I stopped then, and
that
apparently
turned out
that's
to be
17.
And it goes to 21.
Yeah, so I've got another 5 series or 6 series to watch. But
I'm on
and you're
series 8.
You're on 8, so yeah, there's quite a way to go yet.
Racing through them.
But it's funny because it just didn't appeal to you at first, because it's not really your sort of. Because I mean, I've mentioned it loads of times, so it's one of my favourites. But it didn't make you want to.
No, I was a big ER fan, and I can see a lot of similarities to ER. But but now once you get into something, you get very involved in the characters and their lives, and now I can't stop. Yeah. So I'm watching sometimes about 4 o'clock. I think I could start now. And then I go all the way to 11. 7 hours. 7 hours of Grey's Anatomy.
But the thing is, it's better than putting the TV on and watching the news and getting bored by something if you know you're going to enjoy it.
Yeah.
Why not?
I'm rattling through them, so I'm really enjoying it. But that means I'm watching nothing else. So I've seen no Netflix, no YouTube. I'm behind with my podcast.
She's not been watching my videos.
You watched anything?
Normally you'd say you're normally listening to podcasts, aren't you, or something?
Yes.
So that
I've
taken over your life.
Yeah, I have gone back. I found a new podcast, and I've gone back to when they started, which was 2019. So
that's because you're a binger, really, isn't it?
I am a binger. I do get obsessions. I binge them, and then I'll move on. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So basically, that you've not really watched much else, have you? Maybe a bit of sport here and there because the sport's been on, isn't it?
Yes, because it's Six Nations rugby at the moment. So weekends, every other weekend's been, the rugby, and we do have a rugby WhatsApp group, which is me, Fee, Jackie, and Max. So we comment on the rugby on the WhatsApp group as well. But yeah, and then as soon as that's finished,
See, I don't know if I've said before, but I love it. I love a box set or a binge watch, but I don't watch them because wouldn't be fair on Duncan to just take over the TV. So at the moment, I watch Law and Order. It's called Law and Order. We watch one of them while we're having dinner. During the day, I'll watch Without a Trace.
Oh,
so I'm working my way through all those series.
Okay, that's a forensic one, isn't it? Is that forensic?
It's just people go missing.
It's a missing one.
Yeah, then I have to go and obviously find them.
Interesting.
Yeah, so they're my 2 main ones at the minute. But with Duncan, we've gone back to watching X-Files. We've been watching some of them.
Classic.
And it's funny, again, some things, absolutely love them at the time. I mean, I still like watching them, but they're just so... You think, really? You sort of all the time, really do that? Yeah, but you have to watch them because you have to find out what's going to go on.
Yeah.
I get very annoyed with her.
Oh, dear, I love Gillian Anderson.
What's her name in it?
Scully.
I get a bit annoyed with Scully because she keeps dampering all these thoughts about...
She does.
Every time he thinks about it, could be an alien or something.
That's what
and she's saying,
there
I know,
for.
but I don't like that. So mind your own business, Scully.
I did have cats called Morgan and Scully.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not. That's. I suppose. Well, we've obviously been away, so we haven't
watched a couple of films though, haven't you?
Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, that's been the thing really. Watching some films. We did watch. She had one the other night called The Order, which was with Jude Law. Wasn't too bad, although it's one of those subjects that make you a bit mad because it's all about. Almost Ku Klux Klan-y, that sort of thing, but it was about Jews and there's this whole group of people have just got it in for the Jews and
Nazis.
they are. They've got Nazi flags and that around, so that's what they're like. So although it was making me angry, I needed to see it to see if they got done themselves, but I'm not going to do any spoilers.
I saw a couple of films on the planes that I forgot to tell you about.
Yeah.
So these were, interestingly, sequels with big gaps. So they're films that were made quite a long time ago and they've then revisited them now.
Oh, right.
So I saw the new Beetlejuice film.
Oh, yeah, we see that.
Which I enjoyed. And I saw Twisters, which is...
We started that and didn't like it.
It's not as good as the first one, because, again, I like the first one.
Yeah.
And I watched the new Indiana Jones as well.
I don't think we've seen
Jones
that.
And the
Strangely
Dial of
enough,
Destiny.
we haven't watched that, but Duncan's been playing an Xbox game, which is an Indiana Jones game.
Oh, so maybe you need to go and watch all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know how he still gets these action films. He's in his bloody 70s.
I know.
And you see, he hardly ever runs, and when he does, he's so bow-legged. He's got bad arthritis.
Yeah,
I'm sure of it.
talking about him, while we was away at a TV in the room, and there was only 2 channels that weren't Arabic that we could watch, and they were all films. So it was quite nice that if we were having a rest before going down to eat in the evening and stuff, we watched a film. We didn't get to watch a whole film, so I kept making notes of films to watch when we got home. But one we did watch because we've seen it before was Blade Runner. The new Blade Runner with him and
one of the
Ryans.
Ryans.
Was it Gosling or Ryan?
It's one of the Ryans.
Anyway, one of the Ryans, yeah.
Gosling.
So we watched that, and because I remember him saying when they were interviewed that Ryan had to punch him, or pretend to punch him, but actually punched him, and so he said he really did hurt him. But,
I did like that,
anyway,
actually.
Stop recording. Sorry if there's a bit of a weird break there, but I had to stop because it was about to die. So Sharon's plugged me in. So we was talking about films, wasn't we? Trying to think what other films. There was a few. There was one that came up on the TV which called The Words.
The Words.
And it's about, I can't remember who the actor is, but it's about someone who pinches someone else's story.
Oh.
And writes it, because the whole film was about him the original author trying to
that's interesting.
sue the one who's just obviously copied him. And it's all a bit of a panic because he's thought he was making money, but he's going to lose it, I think. Anyway, haven't watched that one yet. And another one is I Still Believe. Didn't bother trying to watch that because I knew it was going to be too sloppy and too romantic for Dunk, but it's about a girl who's ill, her boyfriend's famous, and he tries to just doing what he can for her while she's still around. I think that's going to be a me on my own sit and have a cry film.
Oh.
So other than that, I mean, last night we didn't watch anything. We spent the whole evening on the internet trying to search for our next holiday. It's so mind-boggling because they just really wind us up, because they give you a price. You feel, well, that's not bad. Then you look in the smallest print and it says for 3 days or for 5 days. And it was a bit annoying because then you have to go in and redo your dates. It does that, doesn't it? You come out to look for something else, then you've got to re-put all your info again.
Absolutely, it drives me mad.
Ridiculous. So that's about it on TV-wise with me, I think. But I do forget, I have to say. I watched some YouTube because obviously I watch it to go to sleep. I've been still watching A&E. A few of those have been quite emotional and quite...
I haven't even been watching those lately.
Yeah, it's been... I forget, I can't even go into them. Some of them sound a bit gory, but interesting. And as usual, the majority of them go home as if nothing had happened at the end because they're miracle makers.
I mean, you watch some things on Grey's Anatomy and you think, God, that was a miracle cure. And then I think I've actually seen more miracle cures on reality telly. You know?
I mean, it's like when I used to watch House. I mean, some of these seem really... Because he really goes right into it, doesn't it? If they can't find anything, you'd suddenly as a thought about what it could be, that's sort of a bit more fascinating. I think his stories, weren't they?
It's never
Because
lupus.
just apparently not.
No,
Even
that's
though
always what he said.
it comes up, doesn't it? But yeah, it's apparently never lupus. So, other than that, what else have we got to tell people?
I think that's it. I'm going to the vets on Friday.
Yes, little Lottie, who's not little anymore.
7 months old now.
Yeah, 7 months old, and she's being, what do they call it? Spayed.
Sterilised.
So that Sharon can let her free.
She wails at the windows now.
Yeah.
Mom, let me out.
Yeah, and she wants to get out, and
She wants to follow Marco.
she has got Marco as a minder, hasn't she? Really,
As a
When she
guide, yeah.
goes out, I dare say he'll look after her.
Yeah.
But it's quite funny, like because you said to me when I came back about they seem to know when you're talking about one or the other of them, don't you?
Yeah.
Was it you said the other day? You said, "Where's Marco?" And she's like,
Yes. And a couple of times she's run out now because she keeps trying to get out.
"Yeah,
And I've sent Marco out to get her. Marco, get Lottie, get Lottie.
really?
And he'll go and get her.
My God!" And you said as well when Marco's at the door or something.
Yeah, she
Lottie
hears him.
tells you. Yeah, Lottie
Yeah.
tells you.
Because I don't, if I've got the telly on, I don't always hear him, but she'll
Yeah.
start. And she goes to the window because he does sit on the windowsill sometimes. And I say, "Oh, is he there? Does he want let in?" And we let him in.
No,
They're
just
so
sitting there.
close, the pair of them.
All right, mate, I'll go and get her. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just imagine it.
Yeah, they are. I must admit, I've had 2 cats, 3 cats, 4 cats at once.
Yeah.
I've never had 2 cats be so close as
Yeah.
those two.
Because Izzy and Marco didn't get on, did they?
No,
so
they
it's
just
weird.
kept their distance.
But then she was a bit old. She was a bit old and cranky, really, wasn't
Yeah,
she?
she
So
was. Yeah.
got the nosy jug.
Back to the nosy
I keep
jug.
saying I should have an introduction music to the nosy jug, but I haven't done it, have I?
I'll make one up if you like. Here comes the nosy jug. We've got to think.
Is that it?
Yeah, so far I was
Right.
trying to think of something that
Work
rhymes
on it for next time.
with jug, mug, bug.
Oh. Right, okay. I'll start. Oh. Okay, here I go again. What is the ugliest colour invented?
Ugliest colour. Oh, see.
I suppose there must be a colour you don't like.
yeah, I was going to say
isn't
colours
it?
are so subjective, aren't they? Because people do have very different tastes. Is there one colour I would never wear or never use?
See, I can't think of one. I suppose there's colours that I like to see, but yeah, may not wear.
Yes.
Like I don't think because I've got to think now. But have I got that colour? But then there's shades, isn't there? Like I would say I would never wear orange, but I do wear the yellowy mustardy
Yes.
orange.
Yes.
So
Yeah, like if it's something with a load of
Lewd.
lewd of autumnal colours, then I probably would wear browns and oranges. So I was just about to say,
I'm looking
I
around.
know. I was just about to say I don't wear brown very often. I'm
You get a brown
sitting in a
sweatshirt.
brown
You don't actually though, do you?
No, I don't think I do. But I've got brown cords.
I don't think I wear brown very often either.
I've
I
got
wouldn't say
brown
I don't
cords.
like it. I just
No.
don't. It's that thing. Like I would like someone to do like a colour thing on me. What do they call it?
Yeah, do your colours.
Yeah, because sometimes you can tell, can't you? You do the test, isn't it? Hold it to your face or something.
Yeah.
And you think, well, actually, yeah, that makes sense because if it warms you,
Yes.
it makes sense to wear it,
Yes.
isn't it? But if it makes you look stark and
And
they
I
say
think you
don't
need
wear
to
it,
do it when you get older as well, because with your hair changing colour,
yeah,
I think that
and your
has-
skin tone changes as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't-
I've
I'm
taken
not
to
sure.
pink lately, not
So have I, but
not bright pink or anything.
so you can't help but
That
think that's an
dusky
old lady
pink.
colour, isn't it? Because
I think it's just because it goes nicely with your grey hair and it brightens your face up a bit.
I always used to say I'm not a pink person,
Yeah,
but I do
yeah.
definitely wear it more now than. So I've got that bright pink top that I wore it on holiday. One that my daughter gave me, and even when I put it on, I think I never used to wear pink. It's bizarre.
No, I'm thinking of having my bedroom painted pink.
Yeah, you was going to go for dusky pink, weren't
Dusky
you?
pink. I keep looking at them and they're a bit purpler. So I need something not purpler. But
I like... Yeah, there is a dusky pink that's got a tone to it of purple, isn't there?
Yeah.
That sort of... But I generally like a dusky pink. I do. Yeah, I can't think of a colour that
I wouldn't say there was any colour that was ugly.
No. I bet there's people out there that would say that. They probably think, well, no, never. I mean, like green used to be a colour I said I would never wear, but now it's one of my favourite colours.
Yeah. My mum was a redhead and it was always, oh no, redheads can't wear green.
Yeah.
And again, I think that's a bit of a myth.
Yeah, exactly. It's just whatever suits you, isn't it, in the end? It's not a blanket statement, is it?
Yeah.
You're going to go for the nosy jug?
I'm going in. I'm surprised there's still so many in here, Joan.
I know.
What is the most useless item in your kitchen that you never use?
Ah, that's an interesting one.
Well, it is for you. I've got lots. There's a lot in my kitchen.
You just like them there, even if you don't use them.
Don't really utilise them.
Right, most useless. I've got in my mind go round my kitchen now.
You're going to be cutting out the silence here.
Yeah, I can't.
You probably do use
If I cut out the silences, just be aware that there was big gaps in my thinking.
What's the most useful?
Thing is with me, I don't buy something if I'm not going to use it, because to me it's a waste. Definitely not out on the sides.
Yeah.
There may be something that's been put to the back of the cupboard. That sort of thing I've probably got. Like I've got one thing that's just reminded me. It's one of those that come from Lidl or somewhere. It's one of those things that crushes nuts.
Does it do it like that?
Well, no. Well, mine obviously does. Yeah, but it crushes nuts. It's like a pump thing and I've never used that. It's just got pushed right to the back. And same as those things. I might have got rid of it now actually, but like a Madeleine.
Yes.
With a box underneath. They're always a fantastic idea.
You see the demos, don't you?
Yeah. If you do a salad quite often, I think they're a great idea. But yeah, I never used it, so that went to the charity shop.
I think I'm certainly very good at moving things off. Even if I buy them, if I don't use them, I'll just give them to Emmaus or something.
I'm trying to think if there's any equipment. Thing is, what I need is a kitchen there's probably be meters long, with very shallow cupboards, so that I can see everything and I might use it. Because if your cupboards are deep and they get pushed to the back, you forget, out of sight, out of mind.
Yes.
I've always said that, because Duncan said, you haven't used this for years. I didn't even remember it was in there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I would say cookery books, actually.
Yes.
Because I buy cookery books, I never look in them.
I love them. Funny enough, my unit that's got Duncan's albums in and my cookbooks, I was dusting around the other day and I looked and I thought, oh my God, I haven't even touched those books for years. And it's bad, really, because it's so easy to just go on Google. I was going to say, even
because I don't look up recipes that often, but if I do, I will just Google something now.
It's quicker than flicking through a book, although I do love a cookbook, because you've got the pictures to go by.
Yeah.
And, I've got a few that have got sticky pages on them, if you like, where I've used them.
They're the best ones, aren't they?
And they're the ones you know that are the recipes you like. But other than that, I suppose cookbooks would be the worst thing.
That's sad, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, Google have made it. They've put all these people out of business, really, haven't they? Just making it too easy.
Google.
Yeah. Oh, you think we've done this before? If you could have another first name, what would it be?
Oh, another. See, I did dislike Sharon for a long time, because it was that kind of Sharon and Tracy. It's really common, and everyone thought it was a bit Essex. Not that I was born in Essex, but yes, I did dislike.
Some of you may not know what we're talking about, Essex, but
yeah, Sharon was just thought very working class and common, wasn't it?
Yeah. So and I hasten to add, doesn't mean to say we don't like people from Essex.
No,
but it's just. It's really hard to say it without sounding like we're being nasty, isn't it? Really,
I worked in Essex. It was fine.
Yeah.
But I've reclaimed the Sharon as I've got older, and I don't mind it that much these days. would I have liked a different first name? Fee and I were discussing this because we were talking about, because often if someone's trans or non-binary, they'll choose a different name for themselves going forward. And we were talking about, what name would you choose? And I started thinking, I said, I think I would have something for nature. So maybe I'd be called Autumn or Leaf or River, one of those kind of names. Quite like the idea of that. It's the thing, my kids have always liked their names, which is nice.
Well, I wouldn't go with Autumn, I don't think.
You do wonder if they like Isla. My youngest is getting fed up at the moment because her name has suddenly got very popular, where there were never any Islas when she was growing up, but it's very popular. There's a lot of kind of 3-year-olds, 4-year-olds called Isla at the moment. It's driving her mad. Doesn't like it.
I must admit, my 2 eldest, they probably had names that were quite popular at the time.
Stacey especially, I think.
Yeah, Stacey, and it was always Emma Louise, which is what she is.
Although they were more classic though, weren't they?
Yeah, and
Emma's.
I don't think Alan was as common, because I always think of Alan as a older person's name, don't you, rather than a child, as it were.
Why did you pick Alan?
I think it was to do with my cousin. My cousin's ex-husband, his name is Alan, because I don't think there's any family members with that name.
So you just liked it, you just heard it and liked it.
And it just thought, because there wasn't many around. April was, I thought at the time, was just a pretty name, and it weren't many around, but since then...
I would say April's still fairly unusual.
Yeah, but we hear a lot of people older than her with the same name. And I think at the time there's an April in Dallas, wasn't there? Was it Dallas or Knox Landing or something, with red hair, funnily enough. And that's the thing I would say, I've probably said this before, but we've quite often, if we see an April, they've nearly always got red hair, which her naturally is very... I think to me it's, you'd say strawberry blonde, but it's quite, I'd say it's redder than a strawberry blonde, but wouldn't say ginger. But then everybody was gutted when she started dyeing it, because it was such a lovely colour.
It's funny, isn't it?
Anyway, we've gone off on a tangent
We
there.
have. Yeah.
But I don't know what name I would have.
Do you like Janet? Do you mind about Jan?
Well, I always say Jan, don't I? Because to me, Jan just sounds more friendly, because it's the same old thing, isn't it? Your full name is always the one you told off with.
Oh, yeah. Did your mum used to...
Janet!
Mum would go, Sharon Ann!
Oh, they didn't bother
God,
with
I'm
the
in
middle
trouble.
name. Yeah. What about you? Did you get called by your full name when you were told off?
A lot of people actually, and you don't often know, they're going by their middle name, aren't they? Some people do change.
No, well, Duncan's mum goes by her middle name.
Does she? See, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Her first name's Kathleen.
Kathleen.
And middle name is French. What is it from?
Kathleen.
Anyway, even that, she's got, it's Francesca or something like that, middle name, but she's still Fran.
Yeah,
even that's shortened.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Family? So they like saints' names,
I don't
they?
think so.
Oh, it's interesting.
No, she's Welsh, but that's as far as it goes. Yeah, I can't think what I would want to be, to be honest. Middle name's Barbara. I wouldn't want to be called that.
Barbara.
Or Babs.
Whose daughter's name's Barbara?
I don't think that's a very common name either.
Who's the guy? Again, it's a 60s name that's coming back. Oh, it's a good name for a chicken. Barbara.
Barbara, is it?
Yeah, definitely. Who's the guy from Would I Lie to You that's married to the one that used to do Only Connect? Got both their names. Anyway, one of their daughters is called Barbara.
Oh, right.
I assume Barbie was originally Barbara.
I would have thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't think. I don't know. But my cousin was Barbara, but other than that,
I'm going to put that on my chicken name list. I like that. Barbara.
Yeah. So I think I'm quite happy with my name as it is.
Yeah. It's getting late.
What would you say? I look? If I wasn't Jan, what would you think I looked like?
I mean, it's one of those. It's like whenever I say to Fee, I've met someone new, and she always goes, "Oh, another woman with a name from the 60s." And it's classic, Sharon, Janet, Angela, Sue, Julie. They're all kind of 60s names, aren't they? So what would I
don't know. I'm just trying to think what I would call you. I think you'd probably possibly be a Sue or Susan.
A Sue. There were, again, that's from our age, isn't it? So I think at school, when I was secondary school, there were 5 Susans in our year. So it's one of those
I don't think
names.
there were many Janets, I have to say. It's maybe my parents
actually, there weren't many Sharons. I mean, I think most Sharons are younger than me. Not by much, but younger than me. I think you might be an Elaine.
Elaine? It's not one of those names you can shorten, Elaine, is it?
L.
Or they were saying L or Laney. Yeah.
Oh, I used to work with Lorraine, who was called Laney. What kind of conversations make you feel uncomfortable?
Oh.
Seeing as we talk our whole lives on this podcast, we're fairly open people,
exactly,
aren't we?
we are really.
Does anything make you uncomfortable?
God, this really gets us thinking, these questions, don't they?
There's not much that we don't talk about.
No.
Even if some of it's in private, we share most things, don't we?
God.
I can't think of anything. See, I know other people that would never talk about sex. Not in a prudy way, it just wouldn't be their thing to talk about. I know other people who couldn't talk about wee and poo and things like that.
Yeah.
And we're not like that at all.
No, we're not like that at all.
It's probably why we get on so well.
I suppose the only thing would be if it'd be that thing where there's someone that I don't like and you do. Is that's the only thing, isn't it? Or you're more forgiving maybe than me.
Yes.
That's the only thing. I think it can be a little bit awkward because I think I might be moaning about them, but you're sitting there thinking, they're all right.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Other than that, no.
And again, that's just personal personality. I mean, you are one of those people, and this isn't a criticism, but once a friendship has ended, you're not going back on that, are you?
Very rarely. I mean, I suppose there's a few that might if they wormed their way back in, as it were. But generally, if they've upset me, they've upset me.
Yes,
I'm not. I suppose me and Duncan are both like that. Aren't we? We don't forgive very easily. I know it's apparently in the Bible, but I'm not religious.
No,
supposed to forgive.
There's a lot of things in the Bible we don't agree with. So yeah.
And we talk about everything. So.
We do.
Well, not everything, but enough.
There's some things we do talk about, we don't talk about in the podcast.
Right, what's your most useless talent?
God, do I have any? Useless talent. So that means that's something I can do but I haven't really found a use for.
Yeah, I suppose. Who wrote these questions?
I can juggle. Never found a lot of use for that.
That is, I was going to say, that's not very useful, is it?
Only with 2.
I can't.
I can
Only
do
with
2.
2.
Yeah, I can do 2 apples or 2 oranges or something like that. Don't find a lot of use for that.
Useless talent.
So something you can do. I can swim. I mean, it might come in useful if I was ever shipwrecked. But I've never had to use it. I suppose I use it for keeping fit. I mean, there's things I used to do at work which have no use to me now.
Yeah. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yes, I mean, there's lots of things I've done, but then I go to say it and then I think, well, no, actually, because that's quite useful.
Yeah. We are what we are today because of the things we've learned as we're going along.
Yeah.
So juggling's all I can come up with. I can lick eyeballs.
Yeah, but even that you could say could be useful at some point.
If someone ever got something stuck on their eye and was scratching it, I could lick it off.
See, I'm just feeling... now,
We talk about things that make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah, there we go. That's the only thing, licking eyeballs.
Oh, dear.
These questions, honestly, I'm going to have to find a set of questions that are more prompting.
Well, there's still quite a few in there.
There is, but we're still seeing... I can see the bottom of the jug now.
If all the animals in the world could suddenly talk, which would be the rudest? I'd add on to that, who would you like to talk to?
The rudest.
There is a film whose name escapes me. It's written by, I think he's a comedian or presenter that's a vegan. And it's trying to get you to never, obviously, kill animals. But in that, he talks about a future where animals can talk to humans. And I know the cows go, why did he keep putting his arm up my bum? Why were they doing that?
I think, to be honest, there's a lot of animals that I'd like to talk to, but one... What was the first bit of the question?
About who do you think would be the rudest?
The rudest. I think it's going to be something like an ape or something being rude.
They're cheeky, aren't they?
Yeah.
They are cheeky.
I can imagine them, swearing at someone.
Yes.
Yeah. And therefore we know they are, and we just don't know they're saying it.
I can imagine cats being quite rude. Because they're
the way they look at you and stuff.
And they're very independent, aren't they?
Yeah.
And you can imagine, actually, we think they love us, and you find out they couldn't give a shit, really.
That's what's funny about the cartoons when they do them. Do you remember watching... who used to do the voices with the animals back in the 70s, 80s?
Oh, God, yes.
Was it Animal something?
Animal Magic?
Might have been Animal Magic, yeah.
Something like that, wasn't it?
But he used to give them some real funny voices, yeah. I can't remember his name now, but...
I think the bigger the animal, the sweeter they're going to be.
I can imagine giraffes being quite sweet.
I was thinking ephilons.
Because they've got these big eyes. So.
Your eyelashes. Do you like my eyelashes?
Yes, do you like my eyelashes?
I can imagine elephants just coming up to go, hello.
Perhaps we should do a podcast of that, just saying what animals would say.
Perhaps this is a useless talent.
Yeah.
You could say podcasting is a useless talent.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Off your pop.
What feelings does this word evoke in you?
Okay.
Hawaiian pizza.
Oh my God.
Oh, there you go. Really? Doesn't bother me.
What other time?
I would never choose it above anything else, but I would eat it.
What other time would you put big lumps of juicy fruit on your main meal? You wouldn't go, oh, I know what this steak and kidney pie is missing. It's missing a pear. Need some orange.
It's strange you should say that, because you have duck with orange.
With an orange sauce. You haven't got lumps of orange.
Sometimes you have turkey with orange.
Sauce.
Well, no, it's stuck up its jacksie.
Is
usually.
it?
Yeah, sometimes they put it in there to make it taste.
It's just,
a bit moist.
Pineapple is a strong taste.
Yeah.
And it's very juicy, and it doesn't belong on a savoury pizza.
We had a meal while I was away, one of the tagines that was in the site restaurant, and there was pear that had been poached in with it. It was quite nice.
I don't like it.
It's sometimes sweet and savoury do go.
Look. I want savoury dinner, and I want a big sweet chocolate thing afterwards. Never the twain. And I particularly dislike Hawaiian pizza.
I mean, considering, my favourite pizzas are the ones with the strongest flavours, like a pepperoni pizza or something like that, or even the 4 cheese one has to have some strong flavouring cheese in it. What's your favourite pizza? Do you eat Hawaiian pizza?
Please don't tell me you like pineapple on your food.
Who started that anyway?
Hawaiians?
What about putting pineapple on the ham? Like steak?
No.
No? Gammon steak with pineapple on it?
No, don't like it. Don't like it.
Yeah, I don't mind. Not something I've once in a blue moon, but...
No. Closing this debate down. It's disgusting.
Well, we don't feel uncomfortable talking about it, but...
Which celebrity would you like to swap places with? Wake up in their body and live their life?
Oh, there's many of those. God.
Let's be someone young and thin.
Yeah. That lives with a really good-looking
I'm just trying
actor.
to think of the person I'm thinking of. So I can't remember her name. Oh, would you want to wake up a man? Just to see what it's like to be living with a
I wouldn't
man?
mind being Robbie's wife. Living with Robbie.
Really?
Yeah, I think...
I imagine that's hard work. As much as I love him.
Yeah, he probably is hard work, but...
Imagine his...
I'd imagine him being quite funny as well.
Yeah, I mean, he is funny, but he does have that kind of exhausting mental capacity. No.
I can't...
I know who I want to
Here
be.
we go again. We can't think of anybody...
I can.
Like, say, well, you can think of
I
them.
want to be Amal Alameddin.
Who's that?
It's George Clooney's wife.
Ah, yeah, see, I didn't know what her name was.
I had to look her up. I thought it was Amal, but I didn't know what her surname was because she is beautiful.
He'd be very suave, wouldn't he? Well, you'd assume so. He could be a what's it at home, couldn't he, for all we know?
Still look at him, you could just say, just lay there and shut up.
Yeah.
But she's beautiful anyway.
Mm.
She's got a lovely figure and she's incredibly intelligent.
Is she?
She's a human rights lawyer.
That's right, yes.
And she's married to George Clooney.
Yeah.
Who seems like a right laugh, actually, when I see him interviewed.
Mm.
He's a bit of a practical joker. Him and Brad Pitt have got this thing going on where they play practical jokes on each other. Yeah, you'd go around Brad Pitt's
What
house
about
as
you
well.
could... Yeah, I mean, that's another one you could be, just briefly. It'd be Trump's wife, because she's nice and slim and got a lot of money, but I'd shoot him.
Just shoot him. I had to spend any time with that man. I'd be vomiting on him. Did you see the inauguration when he tried to kiss her? And she's like, I really don't think so. She spends all her time trying to ease her way away from him.
But even his best mate, Elon Musk, is creepy and horrible.
Oh, God, he's horrible. He's horrible. Never mind all the Nazi salute thing that's going on.
Yeah, well, we're not going down.
No, we're not doing politics.
Going down the politics
You can
aisle.
cut that one out
Right,
if
one
you
more
want.
each, and then we'll stop because it's.
I've got Grey's Anatomy to watch.
Was it your go last or mine? It doesn't really matter, does it?
Oh, no, I did it last.
Well, this is a beef gun. Well,
It's a beef gun. Did you just call it a beef
this
gun?
would be good and then fun. So when beef gun.
This is a beef gun.
How smart do you think you are?
How smart do I think I am? I suppose in some situations I think I'm fairly smart. I have got qualifications.
Mm-hmm.
And I do still try to learn things.
Mm.
I think my main problem now in my 60s is I've forgotten most of what I did know.
Yeah.
So I don't feel as smart as I have done. And it depends who you're with as well. I still do find some people intimidating. And it's not often that they are smart, but I think they're smart. I'll find them intimidating. And sometimes it's just that they're posh, they're not smart.
Yeah, I used to feel quite intimidated like a few years back, but now I just find myself looking at everybody as just human. You know,
Yeah.
if I'm more likely to, I suppose, just admire them for their
Smartiness.
exactly smartiness.
But there's
or-
different levels of smartiness as well, isn't there? Because people can have a natural intelligence but might not have got on in the school system. There's other people that have got very practical skills, which I admired them for that. That's a different kind of intelligence. I don't know.
I think I like to think that I'm no more than I think I know. Is that being smart? Probably not.
I'm such a beef gun.
I think, I wouldn't say I was smart, but I do think I know a lot of stuff, but I wouldn't say it was smart.
I think you're smart, but you're a different smart than I'm smart, because you're very practical, and you've got a lot of skill.
Yeah.
So that's just a different kind of intelligence.
Just smart in a different area.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And I can be crap at practical things sometimes.
But you're good around when there's a quiz.
I'm not bad on a quiz.
And I can't ask you cooking questions.
No, you can't. No. Or sewing. Can't cut straight. My life depends.
But if we're talking about politics, books, all that sort of stuff, we can usually rely on you to know a lot about that stuff.
But then I find French harder than I thought I was going to.
Yeah, but see, now Duncan and I both think you're smarter at French than you think you are.
I think it's a lot of it's memory as you get older as well.
I know as you get older, you end up saying, I was smart once upon a time.
I can't remember. Right,
well, I suppose we'll have to wrap it up there.
Yes,
and I've got these to edit now.
The jug is, there's still a few in there.
Coming up. Have we got anything exciting coming up?
I was going to say, just future podcasts, we were talking about finding some photos of ourselves.
We thought we could share our youth with you, show you what we used to look like. Thought that'd be quite funny.
It will be in black and white, some of it.
Yeah, it's always funny because obviously we'll pick the funniest pictures.
Yes.
And the only trouble I'll have is remembering what age I was with each photo. It'd have to be around about.
Oh yeah, it won't matter, will it?
That'd be quite good if we can, from baby to teenage, or even maybe a bit more.
Yeah,
that'd be quite funny. It's bound to provoke loads of memories, and we'll be talking about that as usual. So anyway, we are going to leave it there, and we will see you next time. Au revoir. Stop recording. Stop recording. Stop recording.